What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. And oh my goodness, if you were guys, if you're a Cowboys fan, you might want to sit down for this one because the Dallas Cowboys have just pulled off what might be the biggest, boldest, and most electrifying move in recent NFL history. Yes, you heard that right, folks. Reports are flying in that the Cowboys have officially signed superstar defensive end Myles Garrett. This is not just a game changer for the Cowboys. This is a league-shifting move that's sending shockwaves through every locker room in the NFL. We're talking about one of the most dominant defensive forces in the modern era, a guy who has terrorized quarterbacks for years, now putting on that iconic star helmet. And if you know Jerry Jones and his obsession with headlines, with legacy, with making the Dallas Cowboys not just America's team, but the most talked about team in the world, then, this is exactly the kind of blockbuster move that screams Cowboys football. So buckle up, smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and let's dive deep into what this signing means, how it happened, and why this could completely redefine the future of the Dallas Cowboys organization. Now, before we get into the nitty-gritty of the deal, let's just take a moment to appreciate what kind of player Myles Garrett is. We're talking about a generational defensive talent, a former #1 overall draft pick who has lived up to every ounce of hype since entering the league. He's a freak of nature, 6 feet 4 inches, 270 pounds of pure muscle, explosive speed, and relentless motor. Garrett isn't just a pass rusher, he's a quarterback's nightmare, an offensive coordinator's sleepless night, and the kind of presence that forces entire offensive lines to change their blocking schemes. This guy commands double teams on nearly every snap, yet he still racks up sacks like it's nothing. Over the past few seasons, he's been in the Defensive Player of the Year conversation every single year, and his highlight reel is basically a collection of quarterbacks getting swallowed alive by a human wrecking ball. And now he's joining a Cowboys defense that already features some serious firepower. Think about it. Myles Garrett lining up alongside Micah Parsons, just let that sink in for a second. Two of the most athletic, disruptive, and dangerous defenders in football on the same defense. That's not just scary, that's unfair. Offensive lines are going to be in panic mode. You can't double both of them, and if you try, someone else is coming through untouched. Dan Quinn, or whoever's coordinating this defense now, must be salivating at the possibilities. This Cowboys defense, which was already top tier, might have just become legendary overnight. It's the kind of move that could instantly vault Dallas from playoff hopefuls to legitimate Super Bowl contenders. So, how did this happen? Well, according to the insiders and the buzz swirling around the league, Jerry Jones and the Cowboys front office have been quietly working on this for weeks, maybe even months. There had been rumblings that Myles Garrett wasn't completely happy with the direction of his previous team, and that maybe, just maybe, he was looking for a fresh start with a franchise that has championship ambitions and a massive national spotlight. Enter Jerry Jones, the master of the splashy move, the man who never met a headline he didn't like. The Cowboys saw an opening and pounced. From what we're hearing, the negotiations went from whispers to full-blown talks almost overnight, with both sides motivated to make something historic happen. And when Jerry gets that glint in his eye, when he smells legacy, when he senses that one big move that can push the Cowboys over the edge, there's almost nothing that can stop him. This might go down as one of those classic Jerry moments where he simply refuses to settle for mediocrity and goes all in on star power. Financially, the numbers being floated around are jaw-dropping. We're talking about a contract that could be worth upwards of $150 million, making Garrett one of the highest-paid defensive players in NFL history. But let's be honest. If there's any player worth it, it's him. He's in his prime, he's durable, and he's one of those rare defensive players who can actually shift the outcome of a game by himself. You don't find many of those guys walking around. And for the Cowboys, this is more than just a signing. It's a statement. It's Jerry Jones once again reminding the world that the Cowboys don't just play football. They play headlines, they play brand, and they play for legacy. It's about sending a message that says, we're not here to rebuild. We're here to win now. And let's talk about the football implications, because this is where it gets juicy with Garrett on one side and Micah Parsons on the other. Opposing offenses are going to have nightmares before game day. Imagine being an offensive tackle trying to figure out who to block. Do you double Garrett and leave Parsons one-on-one? Or do you try to chip Parsons and risk Garrett destroying your quarterback in 2 seconds flat? It's a lose-lose scenario. This move allows the Cowboys defensive coordinator to get creative in ways we've never seen before. You can move Parsons around like a chess piece, send him off the edge, drop him into coverage, blitz from the middle, while Garrett anchors the line and forces the pocket to collapse. And if you're Dak Prescott, you've got to be loving this, because the less time the defense spends on the field, the more opportunities you get to run your offense with good field position. This move helps everyone from the defensive secondary all the way up to the quarterback. Now, from a fan perspective, Cowboys Nation is going absolutely wild. Social media is on fire. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, everywhere you look, fans are reacting with disbelief, excitement, and pure joy. The memes are already rolling in. People are updating their Madden rosters, and Cowboys jerseys with Garrett 95 on the back are already trending online. This is one of those rare sports moments where fans across the league stop and go, whoa. Even fans of rival teams are admitting this move changes everything. It's not often you see a player of this caliber move teams in his prime. And when that player goes to a team like the Cowboys, the ripple effects are massive. Media coverage is going to be non-stop for weeks. Like every sports show, every podcast, every highlight reel, it's all Cowboys, all Garrett, all the time. But let's look a little deeper at what this means for the Cowboys' long-term plans. This isn't just a one-year rental move. This is a cornerstone investment. Pairing Garrett and Parsons gives the Cowboys a defensive core that could dominate for the next 5 to 7 years. You add in young talents in the secondary, a few solid linebackers, and the Cowboys could be building a dynasty-level defense. For years, people have said the Cowboys' offense was elite, but their defense couldn't get them over the hump. That narrative just changed. This might be the most complete Cowboys roster we've seen since the dynasty years of the 1990s. You remember those days, Troy Aikman, Emmitt Smith, Michael Irvin, the era when the Cowboys owned the league. This move feels like Jerry Jones reaching back into that era, saying, it's time to bring the glory days back. Now, some critics are already raising questions. Was this move too expensive? Did the Cowboys give up too much draft capital or salary cap flexibility to make it happen? And those are fair points. Big moves come with big risks. But here's the thing. Great franchises don't play it safe. The teams that win Super Bowls are the ones that make bold moves, that take chances on greatness. Myles Garrett isn't a gamble. He's a proven commodity. You know exactly what you're getting. A relentless, game-changing defensive monster who raises the level of everyone around him. And when you think about the Cowboys window, Dak still playing at a high level, CeeDee Lamb entering his prime, the offensive line still holding strong. This is the perfect time to go all in. So to sum it all up, Cowboys Nation, this is more than just a signing. It's a statement to the entire league. The Dallas Cowboys are done being a maybe team. They're done being a storyline about potential. This move says loud and clear, the Cowboys are here to win right now. Myles Garrett in a Cowboys uniform is not just a football story. It's an event. It's a cultural moment. It's the kind of thing that will be talked about for years to come. So get ready, because this season's going to be one for the ages. The stadium's going to be packed. The lights are going to be brighter than ever. And every snap is going to feel like must-see TV. This is what Cowboys football is all about. Star power, swagger, and the relentless pursuit of greatness. So What do you think? Cowboys fans, did Jerry Jones just pull off the move of the decade? Are the Cowboys now the favorites to win the Super Bowl? Drop your thoughts down below in the comments because I want to hear from you. Smash that like button if you're hyped about this move. Subscribe for more Cowboys updates and turn on notifications because we're going to be covering every single angle of this historic signing. This is the moment, this is the news, and this is your place for everything Cowboys. Until next time, stay tuned, stay hyped, and as always, go Cowboys.